Hey, good evening, my family and friends. Hey, I'm coming to you again with another video. This one, I'm going to talk about how we have to quit being the last to get on board when it's something that's going to move us forward. When it comes to investing, we're the last ones. When it comes to doing anything that's new, we are afraid, we assign these names to whatever we're going to do, such as, well, that's unnatural. It's unsafe. We think that it's dangerous. And here's the big one. It's demonic. If we don't know about something or something new, I've heard it so many times during my lifetime that that's demonic. Not knowing that that's something that will move your life forward, and usually, eventually, you're involved doing it. So I'm just going to give you some examples. Okay, so back in the day when we first started with computers, and especially the internet, oh, that was just for scientists, and it was unsafe, and it was demonic, okay? The microwave oven, it was unsafe, you shouldn't use it, and it leaks radiation. The television, the television was a one-eyed demon. The airplanes, they're not made for humans, because if God wanted us to fly, he would have gave us wings. The telephone was something that, people can hear your conversations, and you don't know what kind of radiation or what's going through the phone lines. Of course, automobiles, because people used to, horse and buggy was their mode of transportation. So when the automobiles came out, all the automobiles is not good. They pollute the air. Now, all of these things that I'm saying is true and can be true. Automobiles do have pollution, and they do pollute the air. Too much television is not good for anybody. Using a microwave all the time, especially for long, maybe cooking in the microwave often, that may not be the best thing. The internet could be unsafe. You've heard of children, and probably adults too, getting on the internet and being on wrong sites, or just maybe being on a right site, but the wrong people is on the site. So, with everything, you have to use wisdom and be cautious. Another one was electricity. When it first came out, all the people say, no, that's dangerous, don't use it. It could cause fires. You could get executed. Same thing with credit cards. With the credit card. The people will steal your information, your identity. No, I'm not doing anything with no card, and on and on. Now, mostly everybody have computers. They have internet. They use microwaves. They have a television. Okay, they do have a television, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Most people fly. Most people have an automobile. We all have electricity. And I don't know anybody who don't have at least one credit card. Well, I take that back. Actually, I do. But the person I'm talking about is very elderly, okay? But most people, especially in the working age, they do, they have a credit card. But I'm just saying, back in the day, we were told that, no, it's unsafe, you shouldn't use them, it's demonic, and all of those kinds of things. Okay, so that brings me to the point that I want to make today about AI. AI is something that's new, but it's not as new as we think it is, because, again, we're the last ones to get information a lot of times. AI, artificial intelligence. Um, and we see AI is here. It's not coming, it's here. And it's here to stay. AI is involved with our washing machines, all of our appliances. Now you don't have to set your water in your washing machine. You put your clothes in and you hit a button and it censors and it sets it. Same with your refrigerator, AI generated. Of course, your televisions, the online shopping, you got AI recommending products. We all know about the AI in the grocery stores and the other stores, where now very seldom we see cashiers, because we become the cashier through the AI apps and we're doing the scanning, and it's all AI generated. So is AI taking jobs? Of course. Like we just said, we're not seeing as many cashiers. What about people who do tech? Their jobs are being they're losing jobs. There's so many jobs that AI is taking over. Okay, so we know that. So what do we need to do? Well, we need to use AI to our advantage. So what can AI do for us? Well, we may have a job where we have to write reports, generate emails, do budgeting, whatever. But we can use AI for those things. And AI is ready and available and accessible to us. AI does all kind of document searches. I was working on a program the other day, and I needed to do a search. I need to come up with this document. In other words, I need to come up with this document, and I put in just a little information that I knew, and AI went and pulled up all kinds of information, and it was true information. It was news articles and everything, whatever I needed to be able to generate the document that I needed. AI works in the medical field. It helps detect irregularities, sleep patterns, heart rates, and other things. So some of the AI tools, there are many, and you would do yourself a disservice trying to learn them all at one time. I don't even know them all, but some of the ones that I do know about, and ChatGPT, which most people know about that one, Claude, Gemini, Grammarly, and Canva. And not to say that I am an expert in any of them. However, I'm starting to dibble and dabble with them to learn, because the only way that we will learn something is to get out there and practice it, But oftentimes we're really, to be honest, we're lazy. We don't want to put in the work because it's gonna take work. If you're trying to learn something new, something that you've never done before, then that might mean that some of the other things that you have been doing, you may have to cut some of those out. If you are the type of person who watches television for 4 or 5 hours, well, you may have to cut some of that out so you can learn a new skill or a new task, or so we just have to prioritize. We have to choose what we're gonna do to move ourselves forward, because we are the one who's responsible for our growth. A lot of times we sit back and we ask God to do this and to do that, but it comes down to what are we doing? What are we doing? So we have to do whatever we can do, again, to move ourselves forward. Because when we were children, we act as children. But now that we are adults, we're putting away childish things and we're moving forward. Be blessed.